Hello, lovely people. It is another wonderful day that we are calling in our guardian angels, calling in Erik, and all my guides and teams. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to scroll through the chat here. Great to see everyone. Thank you for joining and being a part of this. I really appreciate your energy. I just had a really good meditation that could have gone a lot longer than it did. But I feel so connected and open right now. So hoping to answer all of your questions as best as I can. Hello, Angela. Hey, Sil. Hi, Anne. Hi, Grace. Hey, Dee. Hello, June. Hello, Yolanda. Good morning, Samruddhi. Hi, BG. Hi, Mahi. Lokjit. Hello. Hey, everybody. Great. Thank you again for all being here. At nighttime, I've been doing this channeling practice, and it's on live on this channel. It's quite late for everyone, obviously. I'm not expecting people to be there, but it's more about just being part of this practice. And what I'm finding is as you call in a particular guide or a person, you really establish a stronger connection with them. And I've been channeling Archangel Metatron, Lord Metatron, for about 5 days now, and it really does open up the channel and the connection you get. I'm so blown away by just being consistent with it. It's not spending a lot of time; it's about 30 minutes, but just being part of that energy and spending it every night and doing it consistently makes such a big difference. And it really does tell me that all of us, we can all do it. It's not anything special. We can all do this. So it is. It's all good. Hey, Jenny, my beautiful sister. All right, quick little announcement. So we are going to be starting up on Wednesday. Divine Soul Awakening is back for its second season. And in the second season, our show opener coming this Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about just predictions for 2022. And we're going to be introducing our newest panel member that's going to be joining the team as well. So I hope you'll all join me on Wednesday and being a part of this. Hey, Jim, great to see you. So glad everyone's here. Okay, so let's get into some channeling. So Archangel Erik is here, Metatron's here, Master Jesus, Mother Mary, the whole gang is here. So all very excited about channeling messages for y'all. So as you can see, the ticker tape underneath here, the ticker tape is just saying, use some sort of hearts or something, so I know that you have a question, and it'll help me in case I get lost in my spacing here, because sometimes that happens. Let me know if you do not want your name displayed, so that I don't out anybody that wants to be shown, because I will be showing people's names on screen. And let me know what your question is. Afterwards, I will be putting all of your names and questions into the description. So even if you post a question now and you come back later, it's always going to be there. You can just jump in the description, find your name, and jump right to your channeled guidance from your team. So that's it. Awesome. Okay, super excited for everyone here. And I'm going to start with the first one here. This breaks my heart too. Lokajit. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to say Lokajit. And let me timestamp you, Lokajit. And this one hurts. I want to ask Erik about my stolen crypto. It's a very huge amount. Who stole it? Who stole it? Is it someone known to me or completely unknown? Will I get it back? Can I get it back? Thank you. Erik. Or anyone else that can help with this? Does Lokajit know the person who took the crypto? I'm hearing a no, but it's a pretty weak no. Is it an acquaintance? Do I have any inkling of who this person might be? No. How was it? I'm getting that you had it was taken off an exchange and you had a weak password, and they just kind of were able to hack it and get in there because of a weak password. Is there a way to get this back? We'll look at you get it back. Yeesh. I'm not necessarily hearing. I'm not necessarily hearing you will get it back. But what I'm getting from this is that it's how it doesn't mean you're not going to get it back. It's how you're trying to get it back. So because there's a big want for this, I want this. It is a very physical want. It's a 3D world want, a very low vibrational feeling. But they're showing me that if you have to change your energy and attachment to it, because you have an attachment to this crypto as if you need this crypto, but you don't really need this crypto. And I'm hearing that this is a bit of a lesson. And this is a big one for you as well, Logic, that you're asking. How to explain this? Okay, give me a better way to explain that. You've established an attachment to this physical, even though it's digital, but essentially a physical / digital asset. And it's not going to satisfy your heart and soul of where this attachment in here. So if you change your thinking about it, of how you have your physical attachment to this, that it is, if you get it back, great. How it would feel to have it in your hands, what you would do with it when it's back in your hands, but more so that you're shifting your attachment so that this isn't a 3D world want. It is, it's like you're putting it up to the universe. So it's really tricky with physical wants of manifesting and bringing that in, getting that back into it. So it really is more about your lesson that is supposed to be happening for you to look inward and really to shift your attention and thinking of how you can manifest and get this back. And ultimately, it comes down to releasing your attachment to it. That it is, how would you feel about having it? What would you do with it as you had that back in your hands? How would you spend it? How would you help others with it? What would be all the feelings that you would have, and you put that out with the universe and call that back in. But there's that fine line between, a desire to have this, like you're becoming hungry for it. Some people, like, you look at someone's eyes and you really, really want this thing to satisfy your physical senses, and you end up getting wide eye and salivating because you just want this so badly. But this isn't really a feeling of the heart. It's a manifestation of the body and the ego needing this as an attachment to power that's there. I know it's really weird it's coming out here, but this is what's coming through, that there's a physical attachment to power. And this is a very common thing for most of the people in the world, that we are attaching ourselves to physical things. We attach ourselves to money, to having a nice house, to having a nice car. And this really is a bit of a lesson for you to release your attachment to what you have in this life. Anything else on that? And they're saying this isn't really anything for you to, it's going to be easy for you. This isn't like an easy thing, but it is really a trigger for you to learn how to connect with it and establish what you really want and what you really need, and what's the difference between there. Might not be the best response, but it's what's coming through, and that's what it is. I hope. I don't know, if you have some follow-up questions, reach out to me. It seems like there has to be a little bit of back and forth. So I would actually suggest you reach out to me at, you can find my contact info in the description. Send me an email or connect with me on Facebook. So I'm getting it clear, like, reach out with me, connect out with me. We can have a deeper discussion on this, and I'll send you a link. We can have a talk about it, and it can try and help you with your physical state and the emotional state that kind of goes along with this. And let's see what we can do. Yeah, I'm a crypto person as well, so I know how devastating that would be. That would be very devastating. So thank you. Well, hang in there. All right. Thank you all. All right. Let me come up to, hey, D. Hello, Mahi. I'm doing good. I haven't been posting any emotional releasing or posting anything on my physical side. I took time off at Christmas time, and during Christmas, I just kind of shut myself off from spirit, everything. Even though I was meditating, but I really shut myself off and just took a break from everything. And I don't know if that was a good thing or not. It was good not to go live, but not connecting with spirit. It felt a little bit empty not having that around me. So that's I'm kind of in a weird state right now as I'm relinquishing some of the bad habits that I kind of got back into. So I started vaping during the holidays that I had the opportunity, and I was actually working on the MS in the body and the spasms that I have there. So there's a combination of CBD and THC that you would take, and I experimented that over the holiday. But after I came back off holiday, I'm still doing the THC, and I tend to have because I did it as a kid, I tend to do too much of it and make it excessive. So I'm finding that I went a little bit too far with it, and I don't really like the feeling that I have in my body. So it's almost like I hit I hit my head against the wall so many times, and it's like, okay, I've had enough. Like I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to hit my head against the wall anymore. And then I stop. And I'm at that point again that I picked up the THC again, vaping over Christmas. And I'm just so sick of it and done with it. So I'm just kind of hit that wall again, which is a good thing. So for me, I need to fall off the wagon a lot of times. And so if I'm going to say any message here, it is to be kind to yourself, because this is all a process. There's no right or wrong way, and just be kind to yourself. It's nothing wrong with it. If you do something that's not against you, then okay, you did it. But then get right back on that wagon and do it again. It'll become lesser and lesser. I think like this is also about healthy eating and all that. I used to be a really bad eater, and I'd be off the wagon, on the wagon. And now I'm on the wagon more than I am off the wagon. Like I eat cleaner more than I don't. And it's pretty rare for me not to have something clean. So yeah, it's just a process. So be kind to yourself, everybody. This is all a lesson, and I really am. I'm just a student. I'm just learning, just like many of you. D says, "Congratulations, Colin, being so consistent with your week. That's very commendable. If I don't throw myself live up there and schedule it, I'll fall back onto old habits. And this is just me because I dedicate myself to those around me. I do that with a selfish purpose that I'm doing it for myself to make sure that I stick with this. So I immerse myself in a lot of things. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. It's I won't take any praise for it, but thank you for saying that anyways. Hi, Samruddhi. Mahi. Hi, Mahi. The wonderful Mahi. Mahi, I love saying your name because anytime I do, the energy that comes from you, it's beautiful. I love your energy. I love your energy. Thank you for being here and contributing your energy. And Mahi asks, I get a feeling like Erik is pretty much very prominent today, and he wants to speak quite a bit today. So most of these messages are going to be coming from Archangel Erik. So I'm going to be channeling Erik quite a bit today. And so Mahi says, I'd love to hear a message from my guiding angels and their name as well. And Erik is stepping forward on this. Erik, what's the message? I feel like Erik is here, but he's grabbed the hand of one of your guardian angels, and it's almost like he's dragged them here in front, and he's dragged them to the forefront. And I get that this is one of the angels that's typically in the background for you, and so this angel solves your problems. So when things get really bad or you really are struggling with something, this is the angel that steps forward and works with you. So it's one of the two guardian angels that you have typically around you. This one's more in the background, steps forward when shit hits the fan. And they're showing me, you kind of had a bit of a tough life. You've had a lot of heavy experiences for you. And, all these kind of struggles that you've had with family, with, I'm getting men around you, um, just kind of a bit of a struggle, just kind of acclimating and fitting in with your current environment, with the culture here. I'm seeing like a bit of a culture divide as well. There's a lot of things on your plate. Um, they're saying this is nothing that you can't handle. This is really part of your your role here, and these challenges and the pressures that you've had put onto you are meant to waken you up. They're meant to challenge you. They're meant to push you to your edge. So when you have all these struggles that you've had in your life, and the ones that you will be having and have right now, and that you will be having in the future, you're going to be dealing with them in an easier and better way. And this one guardian angel is saying, like, you're really opening up now, and you're beginning to identify some of the tougher things that happen in your life and being able to deal with that. And this is part of your growth pattern now, that you're awakening more so into this area of being to being more self-serving. Or, pardon me, that's not the right word. Is to deal with these blocks and emotions and other things that are happening to you, in dealing with them in a more loving and more open way. And this is part of your challenge that you're going to have in this life. But it's not a challenge that's supposed to be saying, oh my God, I got all these challenges. It's more so that, yeah, I got it. Like, here's something else for me to work on. There's going to be something really good. And every time you do that, and every time you chip away at it, you just become more open and more channeled, and just more loving, because you're living the experience. You're not just reading the book and listening to it. You are living it. And this really is a path of mastery for you. So that there's a lot of celebration here. And do you want to share your name? Give me the first letter. It's like BH Bara. BEHR. It's like an E and then another H. It's like, I'm hearing like Bara. Bara. And it's almost like they're using Bara as their name, but it's like a shortened version, like a shortened nickname of somebody. Sometimes you might not say someone's full name. You might just shorten it. So if I look at a name here, so if I see Samruddhi's name here, they would call it, just instead of Samruddhi, they just say Sam. So I have a feeling that Bara is like a shortened version of like a much longer name. This is like only a third of it. But that's what's coming through. So Bara is with you, walking with you, and helping with a lot of the problems or the challenges that you're having. But it is a good thing. It's something to be celebrated. It's part of your growth, your awakening. So settle into it and just know that this isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. This is a gift that's happening here. So don't be so hard on yourself or those around you. Yeah. Thank you, Mahi, for asking that. That was beautiful. All right, I'm coming to BG. BG. And BG is asking some guidance regarding physical health. Okay. Erik, what can you say about the physical health? So Erik, Master Jesus, and Archangel Raphael are stepping forward. And I'm kind of feeling something going on in my stomach, intestinal area. Actually, I'm feeling it in the intestines, and I'm feeling that it's there's an imbalance. I'm feeling your body is very acidic, and once the body goes to acidic, this is an area where a lot of diseases and complications, um, they love to live in that acidic environment. They thrive in that environment, especially things like cancers and whatnot. This is not a cancer, but it's just like a disease, but it's nothing like that. So I'm seeing that this is very much intestinal, that your body's gone out of imbalance and it needs to go back into physical balance. Outside of the emotional component, this is the physical part that you're working on right now. And the physical part requires you to become more alkaline in your system. And the way to do that is with diet. Um, eliminating eliminating things like wheat, dairy, eggs, coffees. Now, you don't have to eliminate these all in one step, but start reducing them. Don't kill yourself. If you eat cheese every day and you love cheese, well, instead of having a large square, make it about half that and reduce yourself down, or start looking for some alternatives in the health food store that are more plant-based. But really goes back to getting more fruits and vegetables in your system. And I'm seeing a very big thing for you to consider juicing. So when you wake up in the morning, you can start up with some apple cider vinegar or ginger. I really see apple cider vinegar would be beneficial because that's going to help with your digestion and start your day. And I'm also seeing the need for like freshly squeezed juices. Start getting some juices, getting some more healthy alternatives in your system. Look at your plate, getting more into raw. It's like you can use a lot of raw, and I'm seeing more than 51% of your plate should be raw. Um, and really anything cooked, you really want to be avoiding meats because meats are very acidic. So consider moving away from meats. Not that I see that you're a very big meat eater, but I feel that you might have like a small piece of steak. Start looking at some alternative options, like there's the Beyond Meat burger or the Life Light burgers. You can even start making your own plant-based burgers. And you can check out oasishealth.ca, and I can put a little thing in here. I can put like a little marker up on the screen somewhere that will pop up. Probably going to show up on that side. That would just be a link to the Oasis Health website, or I'll put it into the description. So you go check out oasishealth.ca. That's my wife's site. Look at the recipes on there. You can find a lot of alternatives there. And she does have something for getting the body back into balance. And there's a need for you to get your body out of acidity back into an alkalinity state and balance the body. And once you begin to do that, I feel that there's emotional component. There's always an emotional component to this, but your primary focus right now is your diet, because I'm getting that this is more intestinal in the stomach, and everything happens within our bodies is from what we eat, what we put in our bodies, what we feed our bodies, or do we have enough water, and to keep these systems operating efficiently, take care of this baby, this pet that we have that we call our body, needs to be fed nutritionally, because even just like your own baby, you wouldn't feed your baby steak when it needs mother's milk. So this is what I'm getting for you, BG. Sorry, right there. And I'm getting a big urge to begin doing more health stuff on the channel again, because I kind of really walked away from it for a little while, taking a break, but I'm having a strong urge to start that again. That's probably going to be on Tuesdays. I'm going to start doing like emotional releasing and more dietary stuff. We'll start getting into that again. But take a look at that. You can also look at the intuition development course. In stage 1, there is a first couple of episodes that talk about nutrition. And that is actually a good start as well, because the whole nutrition aspect of opening up your clairs and awareness also helps you with this stuff as well. Your physical body and diet, getting the body into an optimal state is a real big thing. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting for you, BG. I hope that answers your questions and it helps. Let me know. Hey, Samruddhi. Samruddhi, I love your name. It's a very cool name. Let me timestamp Samruddhi 43. And Samruddhi asked, can I get a message from Jesus Christ? Yeah, absolutely. Master Jesus. What does Rudy need to hear right now? And I'm getting a very comforting, peaceful smile as they look upon you, and they're looking upon you, or he's looking upon you with compassion and kindness right now, and it's a very loving feeling that he's um, shining on you. And I can almost feel his glow, just bathing you with peace and love and compassion. And what's the message for Samruddhi? I'm feeling a need to be kinder to yourself. You're very hard on yourself. And this is part of your society, cultural upbringing, the family, where you're expected to be so much and do so much in order to live in this world. And it's almost like you've lost the joy in living and being the operation. It's like you're doing all these things to satisfy what you think you're supposed to be doing, working hard, taking care of the family, being involved. Um, I see so many aspects of satisfying your family culturally that you've lost the joy, or you're losing the joy within yourself, and you're feeling like it's becoming laborious for you just to function, just to be around. It's like, oh, why am I doing all this? And the feeling he's getting is to be kinder to yourself, to be peaceful, and to begin to find some joy. What brings you joy in your life? And when you ask that question, what really makes you happy? And just sit with that and feel what shows up in your heart. I like doing blah, or even asking the question, what do I need to find the happiness within me? Because that's a better question. What do I need to find the happiness within me? And you'll start getting the answers to those questions. And I get a feeling of just being lost, like you're kind of lost with all this and you're just kind of going through the motions. But there's a need for you to start opening up and seeing the beauty that's within you, finding out really what makes you happy. And it's not about doing all these things that you are doing to satisfy your role in your family, that makes them, and even in society, it's like family and society. Like, so you're doing all these things to fit in, but doesn't make you happy. It doesn't really resonate with your soul. So there's a much bigger purpose for you, and you are on that path of discovery. So the pressures are surmounting upon you right now as this awakens you. And this is a good thing as well. And this is happening for many people right now. Um, so this there so just be kind to yourself and ask that question, what do I need in my life that's going to bring me happiness, that's joy? And just sit with that in quiet contemplation and see what comes up. Your journey is just beginning, and it's a really cool journey. And it's like you're at a crossroads right now, and this crossroads is, continue to do just all these things that satisfies everyone else, or going down this other path that will be your spiritual awakening. And this is the real work that's coming for you. And many people are on this path right now. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, Samruddhi. I hope that resonates and that connects with you. It's a really exciting time for you as well. Hi, June. Oh, good. I'm glad you are listening to the Intuition Development course. Beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you're enjoying it. Like you said, that you've enjoyed listening to it. Great. Thank you. Okay, so June and timestamp June 45. And she says, my friend of many years has given me permission to request a message from her mom, please. Okay. Mom, would you come in, please? Ugh. Hmm. And I feel like speaking with like a UK accent, and I can feel mom is here. What do you have to say for her? It's almost like a scolding tone, but in a loving way. And it's like she's not doing something that she should be doing. It's like there's something in the corner of your house. I can feel I'm in the kitchen, and there's something in the corner of the kitchen that she looks at all the time. And it's like, I should be doing that. I should be doing more of that. But she's avoiding that. It's like this is an area of her life that as she does this, it brings up a lot of past emotions or energy. And she just doesn't want to deal with that right now. But her mom is encouraging her to face these fears that she's so worried about, that she doesn't really want to deal with. And so there's something that she's just not wanting to deal with. And I can see she sits in the kitchen, and as she's having her morning tea, she's looking off, staring off into the corner of the kitchen, and she's having this quiet contemplation. And she's thinking very heavily about these things that she should be doing that but she doesn't want to deal with. And it's like a little bit of a struggle within her. But her mom is coming through and just giving her encouragement that it's time to deal with it and to look at it and to not only face your fears, but face your emotions that you don't want to deal with. And this is the name of the game in the time that we are dealing with right now, that everyone is not facing their emotions. They're just trying to get back to normal and be part of regular everyday life. But this isn't the time for that. This is the time for change. It's a shift that's happening. And in order to be part of that shift and to be part of this new world, your friend needs to change as well. So your mom is actually coming up and saying that she needs to face these fears, these emotional fears that are blocking her from continuing on. And she's just trying to stay within the norm, the supposed norm, but that's not going to be the new norm. So she's encouraging her to get off her duff and start facing these emotions, facing these fears, and getting into it and observing it, and just observe it, letting her know that it's safe. You can take a look at the group guided emotional meditation release, the emotional release meditation that's on the channel, and that could be a good start for her, just to kind of be a part of it and see what we're talking about facing your emotions in a loving, easing way. You're just observing it. You're safe. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're just observing, and just allow those emotions to come up. And I can feel there's a lot of tears and crying and anger that wants to come up out of her body, but she doesn't want to face these things. So this is what I'm getting for her, June. That it's time for her to look at these emotions. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for her. Very much so. If she doesn't want to be left behind, it's time to move on. Okay, Jolanda, I see you here. Jolanda, I know you don't like your name shown, but you didn't say that here, but that's okay. So I'm not going to do it this time. But everyone, make sure, as you see in the ticker tape, let me know if you do not want your name displayed or spoken, and then ask your question. And I won't. But Jolanda, I know you don't want that, so I'm not going to do that this time. But next time, try to do it because, yeah, it happens. Right. Okay. So Jolanda asks, "I am doing well, thank you, dear. Can you say something about my spirit team, and do they have a message for me?" Jolanda's spirit team, can you come forward, please? Mm-hmm. And I can. It feels like a room is opening up, Jolanda, and I'm in this room, And we're talking maybe about like a 20 foot by 20 foot or a 10 by 10 meter room. And in this room, I feel like all of your angels and guides and team, and they're just shuffling in. And it's like the door is open and just a crowd of people are coming in, and they're all your guides and angels. And they're all just kind of, and you are plunked in the middle of this room, and you are packed with angels all around you. And they're just all so excited, like, yeah. And they're all kind of coming in and they just want to be around you. It's like, yeah. And they're just so happy to be around you because the growth that's kind of happening with you and the awakening is happening there. It's like it's opened up. You've unplugged the cork. You've unplugged. It's almost like a waterway. I feel it's like a water plug that's there, but it's like preventing water from flowing in. And there's multiple paths that go in all these different directions. So in the center is this plug, and then all these pathways and channels of which water can flow. And it's like you've unplugged this or begun to unplug this. So that little bit of a stream is kind of opening up, and water is beginning to trickle down some of these pathways. And they're celebrating the fact that you've begun to open up and looking within yourself. And because you've begun looking within yourself and you're opening up and you're finding the joy within you, you still kind of go back and forth of happy and sad, but you really are determined to find the happy within you and let go of these emotional releases within you. So they're quite happy about this that's happening within you. And because you've done this and you've opened this up, your team has grown quite a bit. So the message really is to keep going in this enlightenment, in this opening, in the self-awareness that you're doing, in the observation of the emotions within you and transforming them, because you're doing a really good job in transmuting them and turning water into wine. You are transmuting it, and that really is what that meaning is, that you are transmuting these negative emotions, these problems, these fears into something very much positive. So you're being celebrated on that fact, and to keep going. The team is all around you, and you have a massive team, and they really are piling in now. So they're handling all aspects of your life. So if you question any aspects, all aspects of your life are being taken care of, and you will be fine. Everything will be fine. Just trust in what's happening and let go of the negativity and the hate speech that you have for yourself. You are continually growing. Awesome. So happy. It's such a good feeling, Jolanda, this awakening that you're going through. So stick with it, Jolanda. You're doing great. Awesome. Okay, so June, that's the message that came through for clarity for herself. So that divine intervention, right? So it came through. Okay, so Dee says, hi, Disha. So 38, 31. And Disha says, man from my past apologized, and his message brought up past trauma and didn't feel good. Why did I choose such a life with so much trauma? Sexual violence? Was it to learn to respect my body or something else? So the first thing that's coming through is we have the divide of men and women that come to the planet, come to this earth in these different forms. And this isn't who they are. Men have this certain aspect about them that their body takes over. And this especially happens for the younger generation because they just can't handle the shifts that are happening within the body. That's why most violations happen, because women are very vulnerable because at a young age they are as they're awakening and wanting to have experiences with people, it really is more of an emotional connection. But men, on the other hand, young men, teenagers especially, they awaken up in the physical body, and once they come into maturity, Their emotion is just to satisfy their physical needs, and their emotional state comes much later. The Maybe not so much in the new generations that are kind of coming up now, but in past generations and in a lot of generations, men are like this. And this is part of the experience that we have when we come to Earth, when we take the shape of a man or a woman. Coming in this shape in the female body is a much greater struggle than it is coming here in a male body. And coming in a female body has so many more challenges that go along with it. And these are one of them. And this is nothing that you can't handle. This is part of your awakening or releasing. Women, most of the women that are here are on a path of mastery. They come here with a lot of these heavy, heavy challenges, and they take on quite a bit. And there's no secret why women are giving birth. The female body is giving birth. They're able to give birth. This human lump is coming out through the female canal, and you are literally opening up to allow this thing to kind of come out of the female body. And the female has to endure so much pain. And there's a lot of uprising about women going into natural birth, but women are able to handle it, so much so that after they have that baby, they've gone through that such painful experience that we're not talking about just this 5 minutes of displeasure. We're talking about hours and days of displeasure in order to produce this baby. That women have a lot of strength. So there's no secret why you come in this form in the female body, because you are challenged with this. The bigger challenge is not, it's more about the emotional aspect, and it's about the mastery of transmuting and dealing with the emotions that come within you. And a lot of women in there's certain cultures that actually focus quite a bit on the emotional aspect of their life and emotional drama that might have, not only culturally within their family, but the things that happen to them from the environment. So really, this is a path of mastery for you. That this is part of the challenge of coming here in the female form, and this isn't an excuse just to kind of say, hey, like you chose this. It's not that at all. It is something that you can do this, and you can work on the mastery of this. Let me just read your message again and fill in some of the holes. And but for the past, apologies, messages brought up past trauma. Didn't feel good. Did I choose such a life with such trauma? And the sexual violence, and was it just to learn respect to my body? Well, this isn't for you just to accept being violated. This is also part of your empowerment to stand up for yourself, because you do not deserve this. This is not who you are. You do not deserve to be this. There's also a very much a larger aspect, is to respect yourself. All of us, men, women, but especially women, who think that you need to open yourself up and allow a man to join you, that's how you're going to satisfy them or please them. That is bullshit. You are not here to satisfy others with yourself, with your physical self. You are here to love yourself and to show your expression of love. And this shift that you are having, this is something that you've had in many lives, and there is an aspect of emotional release that's needed here. And Disha, you need to reach out to me. I'm opening up my emotional release, my guided one-on-one emotional releases again, and I'm getting the need to kind of pass this on to you, that you're now entering the stage that you're ready for a guided emotional release one-on-one with me. And this is going to help you now, that you can then continue the tools that you learn from that session to take this on yourself. Now you can look at the intuition development course and start doing this yourself with what was on the course, but also get into a one-on-one with me if you're so inclined. See if that resonates with you. But this is all part of your awakening. It's something that there's multiple aspects of it. Yes, one part of it is your lesson. The other part is for you to begin working on emotional releasing. And the third part is to stand up and respect yourself. Know that you do not deserve this. You do not give yourself up to others, and do not allow it. If somebody starts to violate your space, you freak the F out. You lose it. You start squirming, you start moving, you start punching, you start kicking, and you take care of it. You get those thumbs in their eyes and you just take them out, and they will have no desire to deal with that. Of course, there's the psychopath side of things that wants that. The situation is very different of what would happen, but those are the three aspects: awakening, emotion releasing, and stand up for yourself. Respect yourself, because none of this is your fault. But there is the lesson in there on how to do this, how to deal with this, how to deal with others around you, and shifting your energy so that doesn't happen with you. There's a lot of lessons in here, D. Feel free to reach out to me for a one-on-one, and we can go through it even more. My contact information is in the description, so just reach out through there or through Messenger or whatever works for you. Hope that resonates for you. Please let me know. You're not alone. You have support, and I'm definitely here to support you as well. So anything you need, I'm here for you. And I'm also getting like you have some really good friends around you, friends that are awake. And I'm seeing Grace. Grace, are you and Dee? I think you guys are friends. I don't know. At least that's the feel I'm getting. But Grace is a huge resource for you to tap into, because Grace is very open and very much aware of all this, and Grace would very much be able to help with this. If you don't feel so inclined to work with me, Grace would be an amazing person to work with. So I hope that resonates, Disha. Okay, so I'm now coming to, let me see. Here we go. Speaking of Grace, and I'm coming to Grace right now. So Grace says, I'd love a message from Allah in regards to how to surrender in the face of uncertainty and find joy in everyday life. Yeah, great question. This is something we all need to hear. Okay. Allah, would you come in, please? How to surrender in the face of uncertainty, find joy. And I can feel laughter. It's almost like belly laughter. And he says, the surrender that you seek is to surrender to yourself and to surrender to who you are in your heart. And this is the work of being able to find yourself and realize what you see around you isn't really reality, but the reality is within yourself. And you're going to find that through your meditation. And as you go through the meditation and you release and relinquish yourself to the side of love, you're going to have a lot of these emotions and feelings come up. That even so that when you're doing this love, so you enter into a state of love multiple times a day, and you are really working on yourself. But because you've been doing it so much, it feels like it's becoming watered down and not as strong as it used to be. So when you have these events coming towards you, because you're opening up and kind of tuning into your heart more, you're going to be opening up and revealing yourself to more traumas, to more things that are coming up within your body that are escaping not only from this personal life that you're having on this earth, but also your past lifetimes. And you've had a lot of lifetimes. You are an ancient being, and you've been on this earth many, many times. And we have to know that these bodies have been in this physical form that we've been punishing ourselves for millions of years. And because we've been doing this to our bodies for millions of years, there's a lot to be transmuted and moved. And this is part of your mastery. So as these emotions are coming up for you and you want to surrender to them, you need to not necessarily surrender yourself to them, but you need to observe them. So observe them from that safe space. Observe them, that when that event comes up, that there's a lesson for you to observe and either learn from it, change it, or release it. And this is this golden path that you are walking along, little one. And as you do this, and as you release, and as you continue to connect within your heart, and you observe all of these emotions, and you realize that these emotions and events that happen within you are releasing and triggering, that as you release them and change the pattern of them, that you begin to find more joy, that you'll find joy and excitement, that as something comes up for you, you'll become very excited to release this negative emotion. And this is something that you're very much doing, Grace. You are doing it. So he's encouraging you to keep going. You're doing it. You're doing the work. You're looking at the emotions. And like everyone else, we waver. We go back and forth, much like this one is. And I very much waver, as I was talking about my experience earlier. And he's saying this is just part of the experience, the practice. When you are teaching. When you're teaching a dog new tricks, or you're teaching a baby to hold a spoon, they don't have the dexterity, the physical body, and able to handle this. But just because the physical body that you have is considered mature in the outside world, in our world, that body is only the age of a 5-year-old, and it needs to be taught. It needs to be spoken with. So just as you would as the baby that needs to learn how to fold the fork, and as you take that fork and move it into your mouth, that you learn how to put it into your mouth, and you realize that there is food on there and something enjoyable for you, that you need to, and then when you poke yourself or hit yourself in the eye, that there's painful, that these are all the lessons that you learn in the physical body. You're at that stage right now, and that we are all at right now, that we are learning the lessons of not necessarily holding the fork, but using the fork within the body, and we're just teaching the body another aspect. So even though you might fall and find that you need to surrender, that there's more events coming to you, that these are just more lessons for you, that you're continuing to hammer in this lesson. So for your body and mind and self to learn, this all is about mastery. So please keep going with what you're doing, and allow yourself to peter back and forth, because it's just part of the process. The real work is sticking with it and not abandoning it. So do not abandon the work that you're doing with yourself and others. You need to just continue with it and just follow your guidance, because you're doing swimmingly well. You're doing very well, and you've opened yourself up. So keep going. Keep going is the real message with this. You're doing great. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. That's really, really good. All right. Hello, Anne. And just writing your name down, and let me timestamp Anne. And Anne says, could I get a message about my health, please? Yeah. Hey, Eric. Eric is here. All right. What can you tell me about Anne's health? What does she need to know right now? Stop eating crap. And I feel that there's some sort of food or something that you're eating all the time, and it's almost like, I feel like it's fried food. Maybe like a French fry, or so it's almost like I'm getting like fried chicken, and it's got the batter on there. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's not that. I can see this very deep fried chicken, and everything is just kind of cooked in a certain way. And you keep on eating this stuff, and it really isn't happy for your body. And then you have your mental state, because as you eat it, you feel like garbage. And as you feel like garbage, you start saying, oh, I'm so unhealthy. And now you're telling the body that you're unhealthy. So the body is being the spiral down this pathway. So you're eating this food, you feel like garbage, you say bad things about yourself. I'm getting more unhealthy. What could it be? And then to comfort yourself, you eat this food again, and you feel crap again. You start spiraling again. So you try to build yourself up, grab that food again. So you're just stuck in this cycle. So I'm seeing that there's certain foods that you are eating that just are inflammatory within your system. It's causing problems within you. And as the inflammation rolls up in the system, it makes you feel like garbage, and it really hinders your mobility. It's like you just can't move. And I know that feeling of that very much, as I used to punish this body very much with food. And now I'm working on the emotional aspect, but very much this is what I'm seeing that's happening within you, is that you are eating certain things that aren't really good for you, and you're using it as a comfort food. So whatever comfort food is your food, start looking for some alternatives. So there doesn't mean that you have to not eat comfort food, but there's a lot of alternatives out there that are much healthier and cleaner for you. When we think about anything that is deep fried or that's overly processed, especially anything that is produced and that you find packaged, and you go into the aisle of your grocery stores and you find it on the inner aisles, most of that stuff is over processed. But with the alternatives that you can find healthier versions of that, look at the ingredients and find the less ingredients in there, the better for you. The less additives in there, especially things like sulfates and whatnot, they're just not good for you. But I'm seeing the chicken, I keep on being drawn to fried chicken. And we had to think about, not only is the emotional state of when you get fried chicken from a fast food place, they are sourcing them from large manufacturers of slaughterhouses, and the negative emotions that happen when a chicken is going through the process of going into being processed, it's very traumatic. And as you're eating this traumatic food, the ingredients that they're doing to create this overprocessed food, and then we're injecting not only the chemicals out of there that aren't good for the body, but also the negative emotions that happens from this animal that has been slaughtered in a not kind fashion. So there's one aspect of it. But if you really want this fried chicken, can't you do the alternative? Is that you get some free range chicken? It's not to say that you need to eliminate this from your diet, but look at the alternative. So go find something free range, natural. And when you have it free range, you can powder it or dust it with the ingredients that you have in your home. So don't use something like a shake and bake. Use something like that is your own healthy ingredients, that you don't have to use wheat flour, but you can use a spelt, or you can use rice crackers that are ground up. You can change the ingredients on there, and you can put it into an air fryer instead of being deep fried. And the deep fryer that you're using in these places, they're constantly frying more food and more food and more food, that these carcinogens are coming out from this deep fried food that's causing a problem in the body. So when you cook it at home, you can just put it in a pan with just a little bit of oil, or you can put it in an air fryer. So saying you don't need to walk away from these comfort foods, but look at the alternatives that you can find either in the grocery stores or in the health food stores that are good alternatives to it, or you can begin to look at alternatives that can feed yourself and heal yourself. So you have some options here, Anne, but it's greatly revolved around diet and the comfort foods that you're using that satisfy you, because it is a false sense of satisfaction. It is satisfying your ego and not necessarily your healthy body. So there's a need to eliminate and begin in some healthy alternatives into your system. That's what I'm getting for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. And hope that resonates. Let me know. Angela, my lovely friend, Angela. And Angela asks, timestamp Angela, and Angela asks, I'd love a message from Metatron today. Okay. I've been working a lot with Metatron lately, so this is great. Okay, Metatron. Would you come in, please? Oh. Such a big force of energy shows up in my heart, and I can feel it down the back of my head, and that's his signature with me. Okay, Metatron, what does Angela need to hear today? I'm hearing the words, "You are not alone." He's like, Angela, you're not alone, and I specifically see you in your standing in your home, in a room in your home, and it's almost like you're standing right in the middle of the room, and you feel alone and isolated. But what is around you? I feel like the Holy Trinity is around you in all corners. It's actually even more than that. I what I'm seeing and hearing is almost two things, but it's like the Holy Trinity, but not the Holy Trinity. But there is Master Jesus in one corner. I have Archangel Michael in another corner, and Metatron in another corner. And Michael and Metatron have these swords, big swords, and they're protecting one area of the room. And Master Jesus is standing in the other section of you. So you have a triangle. They're standing around you as a triangle, and you're right in the center of this. So sword, and then Master Jesus. And he is, I see his hands are out like this, and he's shining light. And it's as he shines that light, it's beginning to open up and expand and envelop you around this bubble of light. And I hear the words, we only allow love inside this space. We only allow love outside of this space. And there's a protection of bubble. And there is, and this is the filtration people, that there's a lot of beings and spirits that are kind of walking through, a lot of people coming into your life, but they cannot penetrate this bubble unless they are of true heart. And you are very well protected. And this feeling of isolation that you have, it's almost like not a feeling of isolation, but I'm feeling that it's along those lines of isolation that you feel alone, but you're not alone. You know you're not alone, but you still feel alone. And it's kind of like this wavering piece. And he's solidifying that there's that mantra that you've got to say, that you need to continue to say with yourself, and seeing that Trinity around you of these beings, and knowing and saying that and commanding that you only allow love inside the space, and you only allow love outside of the space. So as the beings and spirits are coming to you and that you are opening and connecting up with, that it is only of loving beings. And then as you actually face other people that are in the 3D world that challenge you, that you reflect back and you know that you are protected with love, that allows you to engage with these people without fear of opening yourself up, because they are just not allowed in your space. And even if they do try to, you have a sword and Master Jesus all protecting you and opening that up. And even on the perimeter, I'm seeing like Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and these other teams of angels that are part of there, that almost create like a secondary layer of protection, love around you. So you're very well protected around love, Angela, and to know that you can face these problems and fears without worry, because you're protected, and you're only allowing love inside your space, because this is part of your mantra. And this is helping you in all aspects of your life and opening yourself up. So that's what I'm getting for you, Angela. I hope that resonates. Hello, Syl, my beautiful sister. Love you so much, hun. Jenny, here's my Jenny. Hi, Jenny. I love you, hun. That's my sister. Hey, Jim. Lots of love there. Lots of love. Okay, so just a reminder, I am, whoever is leaving a message, I know you might not be able to stick around for the whole thing, but I am posting it into the description afterwards. So even if you post a question, it will be answered and put into the message. And if I do miss you, please let me know. Put it back in the comments, and I will, if I don't get it during the live, because I will be getting through everybody. If I don't do it during this live, I will answer in the comments afterwards. So let me know. Whew. All right, Jenny, the beautiful and wonderful Jenny. And Jenny, let me timestamp you. And please share this out, like, subscribe, everybody. Help me out with this. And Jenny says, what is the meaning of the flower over my heart in the message I received from my mom? And I'm seeing, I think it's a daisy. So it's yellow in the center, and there's multiple white flower petals on there. And I'm seeing like a yellow version of it. Yellow daisy, white daisy. I'm seeing a daisy. And I'm seeing this as multifaceted. One is that this flower is a gift. And the gift is you. The gift is your heart. The gift is your expression of love. Because of this expression of love of who you really are, that many have been suppressed around you. So the life that you've had growing up and the experiences and the people that you've had in your life have really tried to suppress the love that's within you. And this flower is blooming within you. It's opening up, and that love is showing up. So this is a reminder. It's a reminder because you are a gift. So it's to gift you and say you're a gift, and you give flowers to people who are a gift. You put flowers on things that are a gift to make it look pretty, because you are pretty, because you are a flower, and you are the gift. And this is that reminder. But there's also a significance to the petals that are on the flower, and each petal is a badge of honor. It is another badge of your success. Each petal is like you conquered something else within your life. And especially within this past year and a half, 2 years, as you've been working on yourself, that I see the flower and it's just like the yellow center, and there might be just one white petal on there. But as you've been working on yourself and releasing the people away from you, it's allowed room for another petal to grow. And now this petal is like full. And, there's still room for more, but the flower is full. And she wants you to remind you of that flower that you are and that you give to others. And this is that gift of who you are and what you do and everything that it kind of encompasses you, that you are this beautiful flower. So the flower represents a lot of different meanings, but that's the gist of it. Let me know how that sits with you, if that resonates. That was really cool. Thank you, Jenny. So much love. Oh, Jim. Cool. And Jim, timestamp Jim here. And Jim says, message please from the Arcturian who contacted me. Would you come in, please? Oh. Okay, can someone be a translator, please? Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Jesus. Michael, translator. Can you make that more clear, please? I'm getting the feeling of warrior. And this Arcturian is like your warrior brother. I can feel it's as if the two of you have battled together, and I can see you standing side by side in warrior armor, or armored accents on over your head and body, and you're both wielding a sword. And he wants to remind you that, don't forget the warrior of who you are. Like, you are the warrior. And I get the feeling that even though you are opening yourself up and tapping into your emotions, and you're delving in this world that has been considered very much a feminine area, that many males would make fun of you. But as you know, those males that make fun of it, they're just really scared. And you, as the warrior, you are fearless, that you've walked into this area and you've exposed yourself and allowed yourself to immerse yourself into this world and allow it to come in and allow it to go out. And this is the warrior within you. And now I feel the current struggle that you're with is the opinion of others, especially the males that are around you, as they see this or hear about it or question it. And I see that they they push you because they are in fear. They're afraid to tap into this world. And we look at most women, and women really are fearless because they open themselves up and they lead with their heart. And this is the awakening of the male figure, because you are awake, that you are not afraid to allow the balance of the male and the female within you. So the Arcturian brother in arms that you walk alongside, that walks alongside you, that you've done in battle, is reminding you that, this is the warrior. The reason why you're opening up into this world and exposing and allowing all this to come in and exposing yourself as not as these other emotions to come in, is that this is the sign of the true warrior. You are fearless. You're walking into a battlefield that most men are very afraid to walk into. So he's reminding you of the warrior within you, of who you truly are. You are a warrior. And that's the message I get for you from this Arcturian that is with you. It was really cool, Jim. Thank you for asking that question. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. It was really cool. All right. Hello, beautiful Karen. Good morning. Hey, Purple Heart. Okay, Purple Heart. And 11:32. So Purple Heart asks, I would like a message for my dad and my aunt that passed away today. Thank you. The first feeling I'm getting is liberation and freedom. And it's like this, I'm free. And they've just been liberated. And really, they are currently relishing in the freedom. And they're just laughing. And they're skipping and running. And they're taking full advantage of not being restricted by these physical bodies that they had. And they're just, give me the analogy. You ever seen like a dog or a cat or a dog, and they get into, I guess they call it the zoomies, and they just have this massive bout of energy that they just start running in circles, and it's just like a massive tear, and they start zigzagging and running, and they're just full out crazy. And this is the feeling of their energy. They're just full out crazy right now because they've been liberated by these bodies, the problems and all the effects that they've had of this life. And they're back to their true self, the energy. And they're just basking in there. And I can feel them basking. And they're basking themselves as you would in sunlight, but they're basking themselves in the source energy, in the connection of the oneness of who we are. And they're just basking. And just as you would after wintertime, you walk out onto the first sunny day and you just stop and pause and you feel the sun washing over you and how good that feels. And this is what they're in right now. In terms of sharing the message, they're so wrapped up in the freedom and the liberation that they're experiencing within and just how much awake and how restricted we are in these physical bodies and how much we know as we open up. And it's like they're just overwhelmed with just how wonderful it is to be in there. And it goes back to that feeling of basking in the sun after coming out of hibernation and just realizing how wonderful that is. And that's the only feeling that they give me that they are having right now, and how celebrating it is to bask in this. And really the message is that it gets better. Like this really is a temporary thing. And we don't know it, that we are on this earth, that it is really just a fleeting moment because there is no time. There is no wait. And it's just everything is happening now. So really the message is it gets better. Keep going. This really is a fleeting, not even a moment in time. We think it's a moment, but it's all happening at the same time. And it's don't worry. There is no worries. This really is just an experience on Earth, and the experience is just that. Now they haven't gone through the analysis of their time on Earth, so they're not ready to share that. But right now, they're in the feeling of openness, basking, and knowing that this all gets better. That's what I'm getting. Purple Heart. My condolences, but it's also this is a time of celebration because they made it. It's like they've graduated. They finished their lesson here. They've gone back home. So this is also a moment of congratulations. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you, Purple Heart. I appreciate that. I was getting distracted by reading Anna's message here. Hi, Anna. Thank you for being here. And Anna's saying, last time I asked you about my crush, and you told me to contact him. I tried to contact, but to love to know whether we are destined to meet. Please ask my angels to make me meet him. Okay, so first question for Anna is, are they destined to meet? So much love right now is being flooded over me. And it's just being washed over. It's almost like surfacey, and it's trying to get to my heart, but it's not getting to my heart. But I can feel just a wash of love over me. Okay, so is Anna destined to meet? Sorry, I'm yawning because a huge amount of energy that's coming through, and my body is just shifting to acclimate to it. All right, so are they destined to meet? They're not telling me. It's coming back to like, if you want to meet, you're going to meet. It's like you've just begun to do the work. You got to do the work. You got to put yourself into the feeling and sustain that feeling of what it would be like to be with that person. What it would be like to hold hands, to sit together, to watch a movie together, to just be in each other's presence. What would it be like to be and feel? Yeah, and you really like them. So keep holding on to that feeling. Put yourself in the feeling of connecting, of meeting, and seeing yourself meeting them. And how would it feel to meet them? How would it feel that you see yourself, you picked up the phone, you've called them, you've left a message, and you get the feeling of them picking up the message, and how they feel in their heart, and that they feel warm, that they feel the love, that you feel him picking up the phone and calling you or texting you. And there's an exchange. And go into that feeling. And this is part of your lesson to learn. But also part of the lesson is to don't immerse yourself completely in this. Well, not immerse yourself into the feeling of connecting and creating this manifestation, because this is a lesson of manifestation for you. But don't desire the external love, because you are love. It's like you have this strong crush and you think that this is going to fulfill you. But this isn't a matter about being fulfilled. This really is a lesson in manifestation. That after you connect and sit with this person, I'm also getting that this might not be the end for you. This isn't your final and only crush, that there are going to be many more that come through. But this is part of your manifestation and lesson in learning in order to connect and manifest and bring in a love or something that you desire, so that you can continue to manifest with it. Or just filling up my water. So continue to work on your feeling of manifestation. And I'm being directed to the intuition development courses on my channel. And look at stage 3. And stage 3 is all about manifesting. So take a look at that and see and get a little bit of practice in with manifesting. Manifest. You got this. You are very powerful. You're very capable. But don't get caught up in the physical wants. Get caught up in the feeling area of it. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that resonates for you. Please let me know. Keep going. You're going to do great. Hey, Karen. Yeah, Erik has been with me all day, or all last night and today. He even joined me during Archangel Metatron practice. So timestamp U07. Okay, so Karen's asking for a message from Erik. Erik, what do you have for me? Okay, Erik, come in, please. Okay. Or Mum? No, it's Erik. What's the message for Karen, Erik? Are you doing the work? Karen, I feel like you've fallen off the wagon a little bit. That you were doing the work, but you've fallen off a little bit, or it's been a little bit half-assed. And when you walk away from your practice, you don't feel as good. You don't feel as connected. You say, if you want to feel connected, you want to get back into it, get back into it. You know what you have to do. Get into your meditations. Get back, immersing yourself deeply into everything that you're doing. Get back into your heart, because you're dealing too much on external things and dealing with, what do I have to do? What do I have to do for here? I got to take care of all these people. Run. So it's like you're immersing yourself in the tasks that you have in your day, but you're forgetting about yourself. So it's like, if you want to get that feeling back, you know what you got to do. You're not going to get it from someone else. You're not going to get it from joining these lives and asking questions. Yeah, you will. You're part of it. You're opening yourself up. It does help. But the real work is working on yourself and working on your meditations and taking care of yourself. He's saying that is the real work. And you're missing out. You're missing out because you're immersing yourself in your day-to-day tasks. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, and you're just getting caught up. So go back into your meditation, go back into yourself, go back into loving yourself and get into your heart coherence, because you know you feel better when you do it, but you're not doing it because you're taking care of everybody else. But if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others as efficiently. So get back into taking care of yourself. Anything else? Nope. That's it with Erik. Short, sweet, to the point. Hi, Alina. Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy. Okay, Alina, 2409. Okay, you've been timestamped. I'm great. Thank you, hon. Thank you for asking. Can I kindly have a message, please? Yeah. Love you too, hon. Okay. Who wants to come in? Erik is raising his hand again. So it's all mainly going to be Erik today. So he's raising his hand. Have you not been posting up as much on YouTube, Alina? He's telling me to get back, for you to get back into it. Because when you do it, it actually helps not only you, but it also helps others. And for you getting onto your YouTube and expressing your thoughts and yourself, you are refining your abilities of connecting with others. And I get very much that this is the learning stage for you, it's the early stages for you. And in that early stages for you, you are refining the way that you speak with people, that you're channeling, that you're getting messages, that you're sharing with people, the words that you use, the sentences that you put together. You're working on that right now. So there's a very strong need for you to get back into YouTube. So I get the feeling that you just kind of walked away from it, life, but there's a need for you to get back into it. I hope that resonates. Let me know. Yeah, let me know, because you definitely are. It's time for you to get back into it. So thank you for asking that question, Alina. It's been a while. Miss you. Thank you, Dee. Lucky Chetta. Thank you. Lots of hellos. Grace says Mahi means moonlike in my native language. Oh, that's cool. What a beautiful, beautiful name. I love that. Moonlike. That's beautiful. Oh, Grace. That's so beautiful. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, totally. And Kelly, when I see your name here, I'm reminded that they showed me a flash of getting on Instagram, and they want me to do more impromptu stuff on Instagram, because I haven't been doing much of that at all lately. I haven't been doing much of anything. So they're showing me that I need to get onto Instagram and do some more instant shows, instant lives, and just sharing my thoughts. So thank you for giving me that. Okay, so Kelly is asking, she's open to anything, would love a message. Great. Okay, so Archangel Erik is here. What's the message for Kelly? Kelly, I'm seeing a lot of jewelry. And is it okay? Keep going. And it's almost like you making jewelry. And I get that you might have walked away from it. But he's showing me that when you make jewelry, your heart really goes into it. Your soul goes into it. It couldn't be that you're thinking of it. I'm getting more that you make jewelry. And when you make jewelry, your heart really grows and expands. And when you create these pieces, so much love is being embedded into these pieces that when people wear your jewelry and necklaces, and I'm getting that you're going to be getting into rings, if you aren't doing rings already, that you'll be getting into rings and bracelets, that this is an expression of love for you. And it brings a lot of joy into people. It may not bring a huge amount of money for you, but it brings a lot of love, not only for you, but for those that actually wear it and enjoy it, because you actually do have a fan base. So there's a need for you to get back into your jewelry making, because it's your happy place, and you're not so happy right now, and that is your happy place. So look at your jewelry and possibly look at expanding out into rings. I get you might already be fooling around with a little bit of bracelets, but it's time for you to get into some rings as well. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Anything else? No, I'm here. It's time. It's time, Kelly. It's time to get back into it. All right, Amy. Sorry about these headaches. 29, 27. I have an appointment in an hour from now, so I'm going up to about an hour before my call. I should be done by then. Okay, so Amy is saying, I've been getting headaches daily, and I would love some advice, guidance to prevent and treat them, please. Okay, what's with the headaches? Who's this? I feel Archangel Raphael is here. And I'm seeing that something has been weighing heavily on you, that you haven't been looking at it. There is a new emotion or something that's bubbled up into your head, into your body, and you're not dealing with it. You keep on avoiding it. You're not taking the time to stop and observe what it is and release the emotion is there. You know how to do the emotional releasing, Amy. And there is something there that really is stuck with it. So get into your meditation and go into the feeling of the headache and just allow it to be there. Or when you get that next headache surge that comes up, take a moment and get quiet with yourself and feel that headache and just sit with it. And as you sit with it, feel the emotion that's coming from there. And I'm feeling it's a lot of emotions. And a lot of this is not only in this life, but I get it's like a recurring theme that's happened to you in past lives. That there's this one emotion there that something has triggered it, it's brought it up to the surface, and it's time for you to deal with it. And I'm feeling not only fatigue, but I'm feeling rage and anger and betrayal. It's like this cataclysmic event that's happened within your past lives that's carried over into this life, and something has triggered it, that you need to observe the headache and see what the emotion is within it. And once you identify and allow the emotion to let it know it's safe, it's okay to view it, you're perfectly safe to view it, to release it, and then to release it. And you have the recording of our one-on-one session that you did. So you have the tools to know how to do this, but there also is the group guided emotional release on my channel in the playlist, in the meditations playlist, that you can use to release emotions with, which is just a general thing, but it'll just give you general guidance to use that if you need it. But you do have the tools and ability to do this within yourself. So look at the emotion that's there. There's something that needs to be released. And it's a big one. You might have to do this multiple times. You will have to do this multiple times, but you should get some immediate relief as soon as you identify it and tune into it and acknowledge it and give it love. You will be able to connect with it. Anything else on that? No. You got this, Amy. You got it. Hey, Marianne. Okay, the wonderful Marianne is here. Hello, Marianne. And Erik is immediately, ooh. He's raised his hand. He wants to jump in here. Okay, Erik. What does Marianne need to hear right now? I hear him saying, he's saying, where are you? I'm like, where are you? And it's like you've been present, but you haven't been present. It's almost like you're going through the motions and you're doing the healing work, but you're just going through the emotions. You're not necessarily immersing yourself. I get a feeling a little bit like almost being lost. And you're going through the motions, you're doing the work, but you need something more. I'm getting, you need another release. You need another guided release. So Marianne, reach out to me. Let's schedule another one-on-one if you're so inclined. If you don't want to, if you want it, it's available to you. If you want to do an emotional release with me, it's available. And you have some blocks within you. And whatever these blocks are, you need to work on the emotional release. So use that guided that self-guided one, like I just mentioned for Amy. But I'm seeing that you could really benefit from a one-on-one. There's something that needs to come up to the surface for you to see, and yeah, you need to see something. You need to see something, and you're avoiding it in a sense. So you need an emotional release. If you're not doing it yourself, come with me, and we'll do a one-on-one. It's time. It's time for you to deal with this. So I hope that resonates. Thank you, Mary, for asking that question. It's time. You're welcome, Mahi. Hey, Margie. Yeah. Margie, timestamp, and that is 35:46. Okay, so Margie, hey, and Eric's at the front of the line here, so he wants to. Okay, so Erik, what does Margie need to hear right now? I feel a little sick to my stomach, Margie. And it's as if I want to throw up, like not about to, but you get that feeling that kind of bubbles up, and I feel this bubbling up. And he's saying like you're not speaking your voice. You're holding back on speaking your truth. There's people around you that are saying a bunch of shit, but you're not speaking your truth because you're afraid of what they're going to think about you. He's saying, fuck them. Doesn't matter what they think about you. It's about you speaking your truth, because otherwise you are making yourself sick. So that feeling that you're feeling in your stomach, in the pit of your stomach, in your intestines, and all that feeling of wanting to throw up, you're making yourself sick, because like, speak your truth already. Share your truth, because you actually find others are you're going to open up the opinions of others and see another side, because they respect you. They respect what you have to say. So if you have another opinion, another thought about this, there's nothing wrong with that. We all need opinions. We all need to see things from both sides, from all sides, regardless of what it is. You might have an opinion and a feeling within yourself, but and so do others, and everyone has their right to that opinion. And you have a right to share your opinion as well. And if anyone talks down to you or thinks otherwise, it's like, well, that's what I feel and believe. And whether you like it or not, that's what's in my heart. And I know that's true. And these are the reasons why. And when you speak from your heart and you share that from your heart, there is no wrong, because that is your truth. And when you speak from your truth and not from just trying to satisfy people, you will have a much more greater experience, and you will have a massive release. That sickness that you're feeling, that heaviness, that hurt that you're feeling is going to be released. Speak your truth. Speak your goddamn truth. That's what he's saying. So speak it. It's time. It's definitely time. Hey, Ingrid. Quite late for you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Peace Lily. And time stamping Peace Lily 3840. Okay, so Peace Lily. Okay, Erik. What does Peace Lily need to hear right now? What does she need to know? Make it clear. What does Peace Lily need to know right now? She needs to know how to stand up for herself. Goes, here's another one that lets people walk all over her, who does so much for everyone else, and those same people that she does things for walk all over her. Where's your truth? Do these people know what a gift you are? It's because you just take it and do it because that's what's expected of it. But you're teaching people how to treat you. Why aren't you standing up for yourself? Why don't you go on a little vacation, go walk away, go take care of yourself. And when you walk away, they're going to see how much you actually do for them. And allowing yourself to be walked all over isn't your purpose of this life. You are an independent being, a soul being, a person that is meant to help others, but also to be respected. And that starts with respecting yourself. So speak your truth. Respect yourself. And don't let others take advantage of you, who is such a gift to those around you. You think that you are keeping the peace, but all you're doing is enabling these beings to walk all over you. And that's not why you're here, Peace Lily. It's not why you're here at all. You're here to awaken and connect into your heart and be the being that you are, that you know you are. So you can still be kind and respectful and take care of others while respecting yourself and respecting the boundaries. So set up your boundaries. Let people know when they're pushing too far. Let people know that they've gone too far. And that's how you're going to teach people how to treat you. You need to speak your truth. So if somebody doesn't feel right to you, it's like, I hear you. I don't want to do that because it doesn't feel right to me. And they might say whatever. It's like, well, it's fine. I might do it this time, but this is the last time I do it. I need to be in the mood to do that. I don't want to do that. And I feel it's in relation to like cooking. Not only are you cooking, you're satisfying your mate. It's like you're not necessarily in the mood. You don't want to be cooking. You don't want to be giving yourself. You're not in the mood, but you are, because you're just trying to keep the peace. Like, okay. And you just don't feel good about yourself. You're not in that time within yourself that you want to be doing this to yourself. So he's saying, like, wake up. It's time. It's time. Hope that resonates. Yusuf, thanks, Margie. Beautiful. So Ingrid says, I find releasing an emotional meditation and cried a lot, feeling so much better. Thank you. Oh, it's such good news. That's really good news. Great tears, great laughter, great sex. 3 ways to remove emotions. And it's great. Like when we cry and relieve those emotions, it is such a gift to release those emotions. So I'm so glad that you're doing the work, Ingrid. I'm very happy for you. Very happy. It's liberating. Who I was a year ago is completely different. Who my wife and I were when we got married over 20 years ago, we're completely different people. And we like ourselves so much better. And a lot of that is also this, like this emotional releasing is such a gift. Such a gift. You're welcome, Samruddhi. Hey, Angela. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have time for Angela H, number 2. And timestamp this. Timestamp, yeah, okay, I'm good until 2:30. Okay. So Angela has another question. And I've been connecting with Gaia. Any messages from her today? Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's really cool. Her energy comes up from the ground up, comes in through my feet and shoots right up and just gives me shivers all over. That was really cool. Hi, Gaia. So much love. Okay, so Angela, do you have a message for Angela? I'm hearing when you're connecting with her to add an extra step. And the extra step for you is to feel your feet immersing into the soil. You connect with her on an energetic level, but see and feel your feet can eat through connecting into the soil and and going deep into the earth. And feel yourself reaching down and going right down into the earth's core, into her heart, and wrapping your energy around her earth's core. And I'm feeling that. That is, she says this is going to establish a deeper connection with her. And she's saying this is actually reciprocal, because not only are you giving her a lot of peace and love, but she's giving you grounding, which is what you need so much in this time right now. And this relates to the first question, because of this isolation, this feeling, and everything that's going on with you. This is going to help you ground even more as you connect with Gaia. So this really is twofold. It helps her, it helps you, but add the step that you are connecting your feet into the soil. You're going deep into there. Imagine that as you get into your meditation. Just feel that happening, feel the connection, feel the grounding, and feel her. Really get into the feeling state of her as you connect. Yeah, such a gift. It's a two-way gift. So great. Thank you, Angela. All right. So Peace Lily, you just did you're at 138.40. Thank you. All right. Gaurav. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. I apologize for that. So Gaurav asked, let me timestamp you, 146. All this is going to be in the description, as I said earlier. Please share and like this if you don't mind, everybody. And Gaurav says, I want to know my spirit guide message. Message from the spirit guide. Okay. Gaurav, message, spirit guide. Oh. What does Gaurav need to hear right now? I'm hearing that you're at the beginning of your spiritual journey. You've been involved spiritually, but in a different way, in a different form, and you're really opening up now in a much greater way. It's the beginning of a new stage for you. As I'm getting that there is cultural spirituality that you've been part of, as in your religion, but now there's a different type of awakening as you really connect with your angels and source and energy. And there's a shift in the cultural lessons that you've had in upbringing in religion and whatnot, that now it's time for a shift. And as you are shifting into this new energy, you're opening yourself up. So there is a great need for you to get into your meditation. They really want you to get into your meditation. And as you get into your meditation, really get into the silence of things. And they want you to, so when you get into your meditation, call your guardian angel in and just feel their energy and sit with it and allow it to grow within your body, and feel yourself breathing the energy in and feel yourself breathing it out, and giving it to all the souls, and just feel yourself integrating all of the cells within your body, becoming open and receptive and absorbing and feeling your spirit guide's energy. They really want you to align your energy to your spirit guide. And you have two. There's the one that's with you day to day, and there's the other one that's for crisis management. And it almost feels as if it's your crisis management one that needs to come in because of the heaviness that's been going on within your life and the choices that you need to make in order to make this shift. That there's a need for you to connect with the guardian angel that is there, that takes care of the heavier problems that you get in your life, that gives you that type of guidance. They're with you all the time. They never abandon you, but there's also a need for you to align your energy and vibration with them. And there's that definite need for you. Yeah, I hope that, give it a try. Don't even try, just do it. Just do it and keep doing it. Do it for how long? You want to sustain that feeling for at least a minimum of 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So starting your meditation, get into really silent, get quiet, feel yourself getting still, call your guardian angels in with the purpose of aligning with their energy, and feel yourself aligning with it, and then feeding it to the cells of the physical body, and feel yourself aligning to it and feed it to the cells of the body, and do that three times. And do that for at least 20 to 30 minutes. And so it's 10 minutes of silence, and then at least 20 minutes of sitting with that integrated energy to establish a stronger connection with them. And you can even join. So at 12, quarter after 12, Monday to Friday, so that's actually Sunday midnight Eastern time, at quarter after, I do a guardian angel connection practice. And this month it's with Archangel Metatron for myself, but you can call in whoever you want and bring in your guides. You can join in with that or use the replay with that, because we go through the different clairs and the alignment of energy. And that is another good way that they're showing me. Use the live or the replay of the clair practice. That you're ready for this. You're ready for that. So thank you for asking that question. Okay. Hi, Thanlatchemy. Okay, so Thanlatchemy, 150, 57. I'm running out of room on my paper here. Thanlatchemy says, hi, Khan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, honey. Any guidance or message for me, please? I'm struggling. Finance is a big issue. Okay. Who would like to come in? I feel your guide stepping forward with this, Thanlatchemy. And I feel that, there is an attachment to money on here, but it also seems like he's saying, like, do you not have enough with what you have right now and around you? Is that not enough? Can you not survive with what you have with you right now? Isn't this more than what you've had in the past? You are quite fulfilled. You are quite abundant. Your gardens are full of fruit and food. Your shelter keeps you warm at night. Your heart is open and you care. And that brings you the warmth. And as you have the warmth of your home, the warmth of your heart, the food in your belly, the clean water to drink, these are the basics that everyone needs to have. And he's saying in the grand scheme of things that you have plenty and everything will be okay. That even though you have great expenses right now, that this is just a moment in time of your time. These expenses, look at the ones that are necessary, but don't focus your attention on the expenses. Focus on what you have, on the abundance of what you have. That's where your energetic shift, because you've been focusing so much on the expenses, that's all you can see. And more of that will happen, that the feeling of not having enough, the feeling of the expenses. So there's a need for you to shift your attention to the abundance of what you have, of how much gratefulness, how much things you do have. You have everything that you need. And even if you didn't have these expenses, you would still be fine. Even if you got rid of those things, you would still be fine. So shift your energy to the abundance of what you have, and you will shift everything around you. You'll realize that the expenses and the money that you're putting out, it'll reduce. It'll come down quite greatly, and everything will be fine. And how about in this current instance? Will she get past this? She'll get past this just fine. There is a necessity of shifting your energy and decide what you want to put your energy towards. Do you want to keep your energy on the abundance of everything that you have? Or do you want to put it on the expenses that keep on coming in that are exhausting your savings? So how do you deal with that? As the feeling of here's the expense, so the expense and the feeling comes in, oh, I have this expense, and the worry comes, take a moment and just breathe. And this is the emotional release for you. Look at the trigger of what having that expense is doing to you. There's a release that needs to happen here as well. There's an attachment to lack of money and expenses. So use the emotional release technique on here. I'm also hearing, and I just saw your last little message here on the post treatment. So I'm also seeing to share this out with your family, your soul family, your Facebook family, the social media family that encourage you and lift you up and share this, and you will find that there are a lot of people out there that will be able to help without actually having to pay for the therapy. That you can find some alternatives. You can also let them know of your expenses and see what alternatives are out there for you. But the idea is that this isn't overly, it's where you're shifting your attention. And this is part of you to release that attachment and rewrite the patterns that are happening within you. Yeah, that there's a necessity to spend this money, but there's also a, 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 um, a necessity for you to look at the abundance and not necessarily that. So what if you didn't have the money to pay for these things? Is this your job? You're doing this for your family member, but is that really your necessity? Is that what you have to really do? Does this person need that? It's helping them greatly, but you do not have to do this forever. There is great change, so you need to shift your attention to say, this is happening, it's happening quickly, and things are healing quickly. So this really does come down to a shift in where you're putting your attention and for sharing out to your community to get some help. You got this, Thanlatchemy. You've got this. You'll shift yourself to the attention, to the abundance. You are good. Ashley's, hey, Mark. Oh, hey, Mark. Beautiful, buddy. Great to see you. Oh my gosh, truth teller. Love you, man. Yeah, I've been thinking about you guys lately. I'd love to connect up, maybe get you down for an overnight or a weekend. Would love to kind of hang out with you again, Mark. It's so cool, brother. Glad you're here. Hey, Luna. Yeah, very cool question. This is a great question, Maria. Okay, so Luz de Luna and 1:57:25. I'm good for another half hour, so I should be. I'm going. I have another appointment in half an hour, so I had to cut it in half an hour, but I'm going to keep going until that time comes. So Luz de Luna says, am I doing right by walking away from a friend who seems to be distant and has changed? Who wants to answer this question? Okay, so Erik is here. And he goes, like, Maria, don't you see, like, this is you. You've been, your friend hasn't changed. You have changed for the better. You have changed your energy and you open yourself up that you are beginning to release. And because you're releasing those that no longer match your vibrational energy, they move on. Now, the idea and thought that you lose a friend, you never lose a friend because we all are connected. We all are one energy. There's just these different energy forms that are shifting. So if you think about the ocean, and the ocean is all of us, we're all water. And every single wave that you see is all of us individually in this body. So we see these little waves. And some waves are bigger, some waves are smaller. So they don't necessarily match up. And as one wave, a big wave can wash over a smaller wave. And of course, there's the undertow that gets all pulled back. So we all represent different aspects of these waves. And each, the energy of this person, you have shifted your energy. Your wave has become much bigger because you've opened yourself up. You've connected to yourself. You've been looking at the emotions within you. You've been working to become a better person. So because this person's energetic shift, your energetic shift, they seem distant. It's because they're not used to your energy. They don't really feel it. It's kind of like when you're in a grocery store and there's a child. So you're waiting in line and there's a little kid in front of you that's hiding behind the mother's legs, and they're peeking out behind the leg and looking at it and then go back, and they're peeking out and they go back. And while they're doing that, they're actually getting used to your vibrational energy. And this also means that your vibrational energy, because it's shifted, your friend isn't used to it. So they've pulled back and they're trying to understand what they're feeling because it's not the same. They're feeling something has changed and they've pulled back. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. This is you awakening. And people kind of fall in and fall out of your lives, but it doesn't mean that they're ever gone. So this friend who has stepped away is because of your energetic shift, and that's okay. It is a beautiful thing. That means that you are growing, and this is something to be celebrated. And if they connect up, great. And just see how it shifts. And if you decide not to be friends, that's okay. I've walked away from so many people in my life, and it's okay. One of the emotional releases I talk about, I said something which is out of my character to a friend of mine over lunch or to a business acquaintance over lunch, and it completely shifted the dynamic. We had one more lunch. So I made him very mad and he walked away from me. We had one more lunch after that, which just before the shutdown in the summertime. And he has no desire to reach out to me and I have no desire to reach out to him. And that is perfectly fine. So people shift and change and there's nothing wrong with it. You are doing great. So good. I'm very proud of you because I feel your energy. We've also had our one-on-one. I can feel your energy. You have shifted in such a good way. And I'm so, so proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. So this is good news. Very good news. Hey, June. Lynn says, thanks, Con. I'll pass the message on to my friend. I feel this will mean a lot to her. Beautiful. I love that. Hey, JC. Okay. We have just trying to make some room on my sheet here. And we're in the 2-hour mark. I'm good for until 2:30, so I'm good for another half hour. And JC, so Erik is stepping forward. What's the guidance that JC needs right now? JC, I hear it's time for you to stand up for yourself as well. Much like I said for someone else earlier, people take advantage of you because you've always done it. You allow them. And you're doing it because of love and kindness because you have a big heart. But you're getting a feeling of being used and all there. But are they showing their appreciation? Are they asking you and not demanding it of you? And are you now doing all these things that you do for others? Are you doing them because you have to? Because you want to? Are you doing it? What aspect of love? So what is the reasoning for you do it? Or is it because you've done it for so long that you have to do it? It doesn't mean that you can't change the pattern. And I'm being shown the example of you cooking all the time. So you're making dinner all the time. You're making the breakfasts, the lunches, not so much the breakfast, but you're making the dinners. And no one is really helping you. And other people are sitting in the other room and they just kind of expect this of you. And I'm very much guilty of this myself. I'm no longer cooking. And mainly because of my physical issues, but it's also because, hey, Rita does it for me all the time. And I'm so appreciative of it. And I'm guilty of that as well, that I almost expect it because it doesn't happen. I don't do it for myself. I appreciate my wife completely for doing those things, but I get that's the same kind of thing that's happening for you as well, that you are doing all these things, but people are not necessarily appreciative of what you're doing. And there's a need for you to speak your truth. If it's bugging you, say something. If you want help with dinner, ask it. So ask people to help you now. Don't feel that you have to do it because you've always done it. Begin to ask for some help. And it's now time to pass the baton on to the kids or the family, other people around there, to take the burden off your shoulders so it's not just you. Ask for help. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. And that's what you're ready for. You don't have to do everything yourself. Ask for help. There's nothing wrong with it. And others will begin to learn. They might be slow at first, but they'll learn. We teach people how to treat us, and they'll learn. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, JC. You are doing good. Thank you, Erik. Oh, good. Karen, I'm glad all these resonate with you. A little bit of love. Hey, animation person. Okay. All right. Animation person. Hey, Marie. Okay, I'm going to timestamp you 20509. Oh, let me put your name up. And here's, okay, so animation person. Let me just fix my timestamp. Hi, Con. Are there any messages for me? I'm in the process of so many changes. Yeah. All right. I feel Master Jesus stepping forward with, along with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, and the list goes on. I'm feeling like Kuan Yin. Like there's a massive team of heavy hitters that are all around you. And what I'm hearing is this not the change that you've asked for throughout your manifestations? You've worked on yourself for so long now, and you've been making these massive shifts within yourself that you've been manifesting these changes. This is what you've asked for. Is this not what you've asked for? Is this not what it's something to be with your capability? Like this is definitely within your capability because you've asked it, you've manifested. And do you not think that you're not going to continue to manifest? If it becomes hard, that you'll be able to manifest, that it becomes easy? This is all very much within your request of what you wanted, and you'll be able to handle it without any issue because you are able to handle it. You are open, you are loving, you're following and you're leading your body and the life on this earth with your heart. And because you are leading with your heart, there is no wrong. And the changes that are happening are just changes. Doesn't mean that you can't flow and adjust with those changes as well, because that's what you've been doing. That's what you are. You are manifesting and you are transmuting, and everything is very much within your wheelhouse. So there's nothing for you to be worried about. You are a master of change, and to continue with your flow. Just keep being you. You're perfect. You're perfect in every way. And you will acclimate to the changes, and you will be able to deal with it, and you'll be able to organize and adjust as you need to, bit by bit. And I get that this is in relation to packing up and moving and going to another state and just adjusting yourself. And it's all within your wheelhouse is what I'm feeling. Very much so. Yeah, it's a lot of change, but once you actually get there and settle in and everything kind of works out, everything works out beautifully. You are so within your wheelhouse because you're at the top of your game, and it's only going to get better because you're so open and so heart connected. It's only going to get better. Thank you, animation person. Thank you, Marie. I love that. That was beautiful. Grace Fredicia says, "I'm here for you. Yes, you know it. More than happy to help in any way she can." Yes, she is awesome. Awesome. You are welcome, Dee. Thank you for the support. I'll contact you for a one-on-one. Yes, I have good friends amongst them, and they are Mahi and Pri, whom you will connect with. Grace too. Awesome. Love that. Yeah, you have a really good circle of friends. They're all loving, supporting. The energy between you all. You are like a new breed of souls awakening here. That's much more open, much more loving. You are the next generation. You are the 5D people that are here, and you know you're just going through some stuff that you'll quickly open up to because you're all very young, and you're quickly opening up to that, and you are the future leaders of helping so many people. So this is such a good thing for you, DM. I'm so happy for that. So much love. I love that. Good. I'm glad it resonates, Grace, and encouraging. Yeah, many of these messages overlap. Beautiful Michelle. Hey, Mishi. I miss you, Michelle. I want to get online with you. We all need some practice sessions. I want to start up some practice sessions up on the Facebook groups as well. Possibly even moving my midnight session to a Facebook group, because I find it's almost inundating people. So I might move it. I'm getting that guidance to move it to Facebook in a private group. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So Michelle's asked a message for my team if there's time. Yeah, I've got 20 minutes before I got to take off. Okay. Michelle's team, come in, please. So Erik is stepping forward because today mainly Erik is wanting to run the show today. So Erik is coming forward, and Erik is very much connected with you, Michelle. You guys are buddies. You guys get along, and it's very much that brother and sister role where you egg each other on, and he loves to egg you on. He just loves you. Okay, so what do you got to say for Michelle? What does she need to know? I'm hearing him say stop. Stop. You're getting in your head. You're getting in your head again. You're doing all this work. You're releasing all these emotions. You're shifting your energy. You're doing so good, but now you've kind of gone back. You've fallen off the wagon, like this one says, many times, and you've fallen off the wagon, and you're just in that little bit of a lull. So he's like, don't focus so much. Yeah, it's okay to fall off the wagon. It's okay to be caught up in your thoughts and some of the negativity, but acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm getting caught up in my thoughts. That's not me. That's not who I am anymore. So let me look at that, and let me get back into the happiness. Let me look at the releasing. Let me look at what I need to do, and get back off that wagon. And it's okay to have that pity party, but you are in that state. So have your pity party. It's okay. Have it. Have a cry. Have a worry. Get caught up in your thoughts, but catch it and move on. And that's for all of us. Just don't give up. He's saying, just don't give up. This is the path of the awakened. That we do the work, we fall off a little bit. It's like you step off the path, you twist your ankle a bit. Sometimes you fall off the path, it's just a step and you step right back on. Sometimes you twist your ankle because you've stepped on an edge and it takes a little bit longer to get back on the path. But regardless, just don't abandon it and get back on the path and keep walking. He goes, you got this. You got this. You got this, girl. Thanks, Erik. Erik is a laugh. I love Erik. Thanks for asking the question, Michelle. Thanks, Karen. Hit like, everybody. Yeah, Disha says, once you connect with Khan, you can ask him my contact info into Facebook or email, then we can get in touch. Yeah, what I'll do is if Disha reaches out to me, I'll get her email and then I'll pass it on to you, Grace. And then you can reach out. So that'll work out perfectly. You're welcome, Jim. And so Sylvester says, it is chicken from the place mentioned, and I get sick every time I eat it, but I want it. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I love that. Thanks, Anne. You made my day. I don't, and I'm so glad you said, because all I could see was fried chicken. And I'm so glad you said that. Oh my God. So it was chicken. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Hola, Franco. Good. That's beautiful, Dee. Thank you, Dee, for passing on. You're welcome, Marlene. Okay, Franco. Let me timestamp you. 1408. Oh, get your name up on here. Franco says, any message for my son or from his father? Will I be able to do what you do? Any message for me from my son? His B-day is 2/22/22. Cool. Okay. So okay, message from Franco. What do you got to say, son? What's the message? Coming clear? It's almost like I feel like he's not ready to talk. So I think he wants you to get out of your funk. And when you think about your son or husband, you get into a very negative, "Whoa, I miss you. You should be here," which is rightly so. It's expected. You know, mourning is definitely a part of a human experience that we have. But he's like, I'm not in mourning. I'm not in mourning, but you are. And this feeling of mourning is reducing your vibrations down, and that feeling is not allowing you to connect. So yeah, very very much so. You will be able to do what I do. I'm nobody special. Nobody is special. This is a matter of raising your vibrations, changing the molecular structure of your body, and just practicing. And it's this is just part of your process. So I was like, yeah, it's very much within your wheelhouse. Like, you got this. You can do this. But you got to increase your vibrations. You have to increase your energy, and there's multiple ways to do that. That I'm talking about all the time. And that's what all this is about: is raising our vibrations, coming into our heart, releasing these negative emotions, rewriting the patterns within our body, and then practicing the connection. So this is all very much within your wheelhouse. You are doing it. You've already taken the first steps because you're reaching out to these channels. You're reaching out to me. You're reaching out to many more. You're commenting. You're involved in the process. So that alone is you being involved with this and beginning to wake you up. But what you are doing to yourself is that you're hindering yourself and thinking, I need somebody else to do this. And I feel Erik is stepping by up front, and he's talking about the mediums that work with the channeling Erik and Elise and his mom, that that there's a need. Like, even herself, she feels that she needs other people to channel for her, but she's wide open. Elise is wide open. She can do this herself, but she continues to pay people. Part of it is to keep them supported and support the community, but it's also for because she thinks that she can't do it. And this is very much within yourself. You think you can't do it, but you can't. You're just not opening yourself up into and believing. And how that happens is through practice. So get out and practice. Join me on these channels. The channeling that I do every night, Monday to Friday, or Sunday to Thursday, because it's 12 a.m. in the morning. I do it quarter after. There's a need for you to get into that work and begin to practice. So if you're not practicing, practice. Start meditating. Eat better. Get high vibrational foods in your system. It's very much within your wheelhouse, and in the wheelhouse of everybody. I am not special. And even no matter what I say and comes out, because I'm raising my vibrations, I'm connecting with them, and they communicate through my heart. And that's what all this work is: raising your vibrations, shifting to love. As you shift into love, you become high vibration, you connect with them. As you connect with them, you practice connect the message, and that communication strategy just becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And there are countless of us that have done this. So you are very much within your wheelhouse. So keep going. Karen says, makes sense. I just finished taking care of my developmentally disabled sister for 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so sweet of you. Very kind of you to do that. Yeah, she never stops nervous chatter, so I could never zone out and meditate. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for sharing that with me. Hey, Doc. Yeah, Doc. I got 10 more minutes here. And Doc, Doc is asking for a message. Thanks, Doc. I'm looking forward to starting up our Divine Soul Awakening again. Our first episode is this Wednesday for everyone. Doc won't be with us until mid-February, but come join us. It's going to be exciting. We got a really good year planned. Okay, so what's the message for Doc? I hear, Doc, that they're glad you're taking time for yourself, and And I get the feeling, you take care of so many people, not only the garden, Mother Nature. You have this great relationship with your wife and your kids, and you take care of the kids. But you've been taking care of people your entire life, and I'm getting the sense that you are taking a little bit of time for yourself, but you're not really taking time for yourself. Even though you're taking time for yourself, you're also doing so much more for others. So there is, and I get that you've just been rather busy lately. There's a lot going on, whether it's preparation for the winter, helping other people, helping out your kids. You haven't been really taking care of yourself. So remember to honor in taking care of yourself. You're being the typical amazing guy that you always are. You're so giving and loving, and you help everyone, but you're forgetting about yourself. So there's something that you're missing. And possibly because I know that you like to play your guitar by the water, and but you haven't replaced it. That was the time that you take care of yourself, being outside, being in nature, working in the garden. And now, because it's becoming cold outside, you're not doing that as much. But there still is very much a need to find other ways to take care of yourself. So don't forget yourself, Doc. Remember to take care of yourself as well. That's the big message for you. So hope that resonates. Welcome back, Karen. I see you lost a connection, but you're back. Ingrid says, Amy, I resonate with the headaches. I'll keep on doing the emotion releases. Yes, please do. You're welcome, Purple Heart. You're welcome, Amy. I'm going into my acupuncture appointment now. Awesome. Good. I'll do some emotion releasing while I'm laying on the table. Awesome. Love it. Love it. You're welcome, Margie. Margie says, thank you, Con. Having trouble with one of my sons that will not let me speak. And if I do, I get shut down immediately. Thanks for the message. Love and light to you both. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's their process. They're aligning to your energy shift as well. Just allow them. You're welcome, Peace Lily. Okay. Airianne. Airianne at 2:22. It's probably going to be my last one. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to tell me from the other side. He's been sending me weird signs and I'm having trouble deciphering. He died in November. I didn't get to say goodbye. I was there with him when he passed, but I was there the whole time he was sick. Oh, I wasn't there when he passed. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, trying to figure out what he's trying to tell me on the other side. Wasn't there when he passed. Come in, please. I'm getting the feeling that I want to cry. It's almost like they didn't get to express with you what they really wanted to say as well. They didn't get the chance. And there's an expression of love, apologetic love. And the signs and symbols that they're really trying to show you is that it's an apologetic love. I'm getting it's a he, and he's sorry. And he's sorry for. Oh, you said he. Okay, so I'm getting that he's sorry for some of the troubles that he put onto you. And I just feel a lot of emotions coming through. And he's just so sorry. I feel that he's sorry for what he put you through. He let his ego and the expected status of his manhood, of what he's expected to do, he let that take over. Instead of dealing with his emotions, he just fought back and made ridiculous requests or did ridiculous things to you. And he's apologizing for that because he didn't mean to do that for you. He did not know what he was thinking, because it was really a reaction of the body and the ego that did that. But his true self, now that he's outside of the body and is in his true self, he sees what he did, and he apologizes for that because he knows the toll that it had on you. But he says that he's with you and he's connected with you, and he's always with you. You have that. There's just a feeling that you get. You get a sense of a feeling, and I get tingling in like the hairs on the back of my neck are raising, and there's a feeling that that I get. And he's sorry, you're getting the chills. So the chills are him. So that feeling that you get, and I feel it in my mid back between my shoulder blades and a little bit on my shoulder blades, and it tingles right up. And it's like I've just got so many chills right now going up my spine, and it's going right to the base of my skull. And it's almost like I can feel like a little bit of tingling in my head as well. And it's just overwhelming the chills that I'm getting right now. But those chills are really that he's with you and he's integrating his energy with you in a good way. He's building you up. So the conversations that you are having out with him, he's hearing you. He's connected with you. You are so connected, and it is a pure love. Now he's coming to you with pure love and comfort and connection. So he's with you and he's connected with you, and you can talk to him. Just talk to him. And as you quiet yourself down, you'll be able to get some of the messages, but you need to quiet yourself down and get into a meditative state where you can just think nothing. And then when you start feeling and seeing, hearing things, that is him talking to you. But you need to start working on getting into silent meditation. You can use some guided meditation to start with. There's a bunch on my channel, and lots of guided meditations out there to find the silence. And start with that. Start with that, because you'll be able to talk to him and connect with him, because he's all around you. Thank you, Airianne. That was a beautiful experience I got to share. You are welcome. See, Airianne, it's divine timing. We got you in perfectly. All right. You're welcome, Luz. Okay. And hi, Moon. Yes, I do have time for you, Moon. Moon D. 2/27/17. Okay. And is Atul Tiwari here? And can I get a message from him? Okay. So Atul, would you come in, please? I get a heavy energy coming in through my front body, and it feels very stern and very serious. What's the message that you have for Moon? It is time to awaken. It's time to start relying on others to answer the questions that you seek. The answers that you seek are all within yourself, within your heart. You need to begin doing the work. You've relied on others for long enough. It's time. It's time for you to relinquish your fears in what you are going to see, and know that the wonders are just steps away from you. It's time. It's time for you to do the work and to connect and to be you, to be your true expressive self, to connect into your heart, to find the silence and find everything that you need is all within yourself. That is all. It didn't give me much, but pretty straight to the point. It was there. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. Michelle says, I have no idea what Erik is talking about. Been clearing BS for the collective super heavy, but I'm good. I don't know what it is, but that's what came in. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Good. Animation says, I'm crying. Thank you all. Yes, it is the changes I've asked for. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. Filled with so much joy and guidance. You're calling Jesus, Mother Mary, and others. Yeah, you are just so surrounded. I love that, Mary. I am moving to another state to be close to my daughter and grandchildren. Yes, you are too young to be having grandchildren. Like, you're blowing me away that you have grandchildren. You're so young. My gosh. Love you, sis. Lots of love. Yeah, getting lots of things. Yeah, Michelle, reach out. I've got a pretty tight day. I have a meeting with my accountant actually right now, so I have to end this. Everyone, I'm going to get to the comments. If I missed you, I will come back into the YouTube channel afterwards, and I'll answer anything that I've missed. But I'm done for today. I've got a meeting with my accountant, and I got to take my phone off silent so that I can hear her call coming in. Thank you, everyone, for contributing and being here and sharing your energy here. This really is such a gift for me, and I am so honored to be able to share this experience with you. This Wednesday, Divine Soul Awakening will have its season opener at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Every day at 12 noon and 12 midnight, I am on the 1 Billion Strong channel, unless I am on here. And every night, except the weekends, I am doing channeling practice where we're just practicing our clairs and connecting with spirit and doing this type of work. So if anyone's looking for practice, come online or follow with the replay, because the energy is just as good. And I will be back 1 week today on this channel. If I've missed anyone or anyone needs anything, my contact information will be in the description. I'll be putting all the timestamps and all your messages into the description as well. And again, if I missed you, just put it into the chat later. It's not going to show up necessarily in the live chat, but I have to wait for the system to process before I can leave live chat, and I'll check it all out later. And I'll answer you, or it's best to leave me a comment. So leave me a comment after this ends. If I didn't get to you, leave a comment with your question, and I'll be able to answer it. I can't necessarily comment from a live chat. With that, thank you, everybody. I got to run, and I really do appreciate your energy and time. Much love all. Bye.